The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. Matthew. As Jesus and his disciples were gathering in Galilee, Jesus said to them, "The Son of Man is to be handed over to men, and they will kill him, and he will be raised on the third day." And they were overwhelmed with grief. When they came to Capernaum, the collectors of the temple tax approached Peter and said, "Does not your teacher pay the temple tax?" "Yes," he said. When he came into the house, before he had time to speak, Jesus asked him, "What is your opinion, Simon? From whom do the kings of the earth take tolls or census tax? From their subjects or from foreigners?" When he said, "From foreigners," Jesus said to him, "Then the subjects are exempt. But that we may not offend them, go to the sea, drop in a hook, and take the first fish that comes up. Open its mouth, and you will find a coin worth twice the temple tax. Give that to them for me and for you." The Gospel of the Lord. Again, I want to begin with another question. How can we love God? In what way can we love God? Because last week we heard about the commandment to love God with all your heart, with all your strength, and with all your being. And today again, we hear God remind us of the commandments and the statutes to love the Lord. So how can we love God? And I want to believe that you've been Catholics for a very long time and you have been loving God and you know how to love God. So how can we love God? Prayer, loving each other, loving the church. What? Obedience to God, I believe, to God's will. Any other way? Second question, where is God? Where is God? God is everywhere. I love that answer. God is everywhere. God is in our hearts. Okay. Thank you for all the answers. And you're all correct, by the way. But God wants us to love him in one another. If we look at the commandments, the love of neighbor comes immediately when we talk about the love of God. And again, who is my neighbor? That was a gospel question. And that is why I asked you, where is God? Maria, God is Mark that is seated beside you. Do you know that? Right? Dr. Raska, God is Dr. Pepper seated beside you. Don't go too far to look for God. That is why when God talks about the commandment to love, when he talks about the statutes to love, he quickly talks about actions of justice and care. There are many people who do the mistake of thinking that when I go to church, when I assist at Mass, when I pray my rosary, it's an evidence of our love for God. That is not true. The Mass and the prayers that we render to God are channels through which we receive grace to be able to love. When we love our neighbors, then we're loving God. That is the only evidence of love. When Christ loved his Father, he loved to the end by dying for us. He didn't die for the Father, he died for us. That was the evidence of his love for his Father. So we need to die every day for one another. And when I say die every day, I do not mean physical death, but to be able to make little sacrifices. Every sacrifice that you make for someone, you have died to yourself for that person. So dear friends, go out there, love your husband and sacrifice for him. Love your wife and sacrifice for her. Love your kids, sacrifice for them. Love your parents, sacrifice for them. Love your colleagues at your workplace, sacrifice for them. Love the homeless on the street, sacrifice for them. Whoever is in need, Christ is present in that person, and the sacrifice you make for that person is an evidence of your love for God.